Mona, I know.
Mona.
So I say however it feels best.
I only
Okay,
person
so
that I
Mona,
speak
la
group.
diaspora.
Yeah, people. I say my name is Mona, and they say, "Eh, Mona man."
Yeah,
so
Mona.
it's what it is.
No, but one.
But that's a
one thing-
civilized school name, Mona.
Yeah.
No, but one thing about we Liberian people, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm fighting against. You know, when we talk, people say, "Oh, the person country," or like
Yeah.
we just been taught to just go away from our who we are.
Right. That's why it's
they
colloquial
shame
language.
that.
Right?
I think that the people, the cool people, the Congo people that came to our country, the
Yeah, the
American people that came from America that settled over
The
there,
miracles, whatever
the
they call
miracles
them.
that
Yeah.
didn't want to stop making our people feel like they're not smart
I mean,
enough
how do
because
you
they're
come
talking.
and how do you get treated like how you were treated and go treat someone else the same
That's
way?
crazy.
So I met I met a girl at the gym, right?
Yeah.
And she's Hispanic.
Okay.
So she switched up on me, like she was like, "Oh, sorry, like I don't speak or proper English." So she's like, she don't even want to have a conversation because probably she thought like maybe I'm American, maybe the way I sound.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Hey, don't do that. Don't never say that." I said, "You are who you are for the reason." I said, "You were born in that country for the reason. Don't never ever make
crazy.
any nationality or any country or wherever you go in the world makes you feel less of yourself. You are who
Exactly.
you are for the reason."
Right.
Yeah. So they say, "Oh, you control," like, you know. Today we're back.
I'm not gonna
Bro,
lie.
just
I
speak
do
English, but
say
speak
that a
proper
lot, too.
English.
'Cause sometimes-
That's all.
But sometimes.
No, I ain't gonna lie. That's mad corny though. That's whack. There's no such thing as proper English, bro. Like
What
I
do you
feel
mean?
like
We speak proper English.
No,
Donald
speak
Trump said
proper
we speak
English, bro.
proper. We speak good English. So that is
yeah.
a
But
thing.
today we're
Is
back.
that where you from?
We're back in the fries right now, man. Today we are here with my co-host, Mr. Tell that boy your name, my brother. I didn't know what you said.
Chasing Befe.
And we're here with the other co-host.
Good time, the host with the most. Good time, JT checking in.
That's your
Damn,
boy.
the host was the most. That's sexy.
Yeah. And this is your boy J Biz,
Come on,
man.
bless you, man. We on camera.
Today we have a special guest in the building, man. Go by the name Mona.
Hey.
How you doing today, love?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so go ahead and tell the people about yourself, man. Go ahead, give them that rundown, because when they think about Liberian women, they just think about women that be doing things that is not good.
Oh
So,
boy,
go ahead, give them a
don't be.
rundown.
Oh, here he go.
And I mean, it's the people, the other people in there, not me.
Oh yeah, man. Anyways, hey guys, my name is Mona Krugeh-Clark. I'm checking in. I'm originally a scientist of 10 years. I've pivoted into lab operations, lab management, and I work for small biotechs and pharmaceutical companies setting up their labs. I also run a side business called Krugeh Cooks, where we focus on fusion, Liberian fusion cuisine, and showcasing that. So elevating the food that we already know, keeping our flavors, because everybody loves our food. But just elevating that, bringing it to the diaspora in a different way. And so that's a little bit about me. But I'm here today. I'm the new president of the Liberian Network. So my term started this month. So whoop, whoop.
Okay.
President. Got president in the
Scientist.
Scientist.
How many African women come all over the continent that are scientists? Come on, pick and clap for the Liberians.
Thank you
yeah.
guys.
Nah,
Thank you. Give the
seriously.
This is
snaps.
what
Give
we're
the
talking
snaps
about.
for your girl.
Listen, Liberians, you know what I love being a Liberian, right?
The way they can reach.
We don't
so far,
really make a lot of
you
noise
know?
when it comes to the accomplishment, bro.
Why? Why not?
Yeah, not. I mean, that's who we
no,
are.
no, bro.
That's who we are.
No, but let me tell you something crazy, right? I was
Yeah.
at the conference, right? And Baku said something, right? When we was walking in, because we got to the room, the room where she's supposed to do the panel and all that stuff. And she got there, she got up, and she was like, "Oh, this is the only setting where when I'm there, like I don't get the most respect that I'm supposed to get."
Woo.
Because our people just used to not really respecting one another. Like
And
we so
she's
used to being told to stop talking to my man. You all you just talk to you this, you die, you this, stop. We so used to people just making us feel like
I think it's
we
that.
not, you feel me? Like so,
I mean, I think it's the
so,
American culture, bro.
Yo, the funny thing about it, that strike a nerve in me, because I was like, dang, like somebody like so big like this, essaying all these wonderful things she doing, moving around, and she understand that too about our people. I was like, oh yeah, so yeah, definitely. So
I mean,
when you moving and you involving as an individual,
Yes.
you have all right to speak about. If anybody feel uncomfortable,
Yeah.
that's not your business about them not moving and driving to become successful in life.
Right, I appreciate that. Thank you. I mean, to get here as a young Black African woman is hard.
Not just African, Liberian woman.
Okay, period. A young Black Liberian woman. Thank you.
Yes.
It was hard. I'm not gonna lie. It was a difficult, long journey, but you know, it took time. My parents, they believed in me, because like, what little girl's gonna wake up and say, you know what, I want to be a scientist.
Went against the norm.
And know what that means and get there. And, you know, I got my bachelor's, I got my master's, I went and worked. Now I'm pivoted. I'm a Scrum Master. So I've been able to just grow within the field and try to and trust me, I got the horror stories, but you know, that's for another day, for another podcast. But we're here to talk about the network. That's what we're here for. And I'm representing them today.
No, we're here to talk about everything.
Oh, okay.
But before we go to the network.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let me.
Who are you? Who the president of the network?
Who is the president of the network?
We need to get to know you first, right? Because
talk to me.
We need to get to know you first as an individual, right?
Because this
network thing that you guys have going on.
Yeah.
And the name that you're calling Liberian Network, not a small name you go call your company. Do you know what kind of responsibility you guys have taken on?
Yeah.
Basically to name your company after our whole entire country.
Yeah.
Our country.
Yeah.
So you guys have a lot of responsibility. So we need to get to know the individuals that are behind this project.
For sure.
Okay, so can you explain what the Liberian Network is?
Sure,
and how was it started?
Yeah, so the Liberian Network was started in 2023 by 5 founders. Originally, it was a Liberian medical network. So their niche and where their expertise lied in the medical health field, they were health professionals, things like that. So they existed in that space for about 2 years, and then spearheaded with our founder, Kenneth, who you're familiar with. He kind of was like, you know, there's more space and there's more room for growth. We can have more impact here, and I see gaps. So beginning of 2025, they decided to expand the network to several branches, and so that's how we spread from we have the Liberian Medical Network, we have our therapy network, the fitness network, love and relationships, and then our grassroots effort in Liberia.
Wow. So
that's our 5 branches that we've grown to now, and within that's why I say we've expanded to like 10,000 members if you think about it globally, because we have people that I'm talking to and connecting with, like we previously mentioned, in Canada, in China, also in Liberia, also in the UK, here across America. And, you know, we already have 3 time zones within this country. So you can only imagine they're fired up, they're ready to work, and they're engaged. And I think with the network being so large, and that's why I say everyone's a member, right? You're Liberian, so by default, you're a member. Your engagement is where we empower you to then lead, right? And then take that further.
So that's great. I want to ask a question, right?
Sure.
So basically, like you guys everybody that basically started this network is based in the U.S., right?
Relatively.
And then the idea behind the network is to help Liberia, right?
But it's a global thing.
It's a global thing
So
to
most
help
organizations,
Liberia.
right? And I think that's the difference, right? We're not just focused on, it's not just Liberia, it's the diaspora, because we are also facing issues and things and problems as well. And collectively, that's a thing as well that's not talked about, right? We talk about working together. There's a lot of Liberian organizations in the UK that I'm familiar with that are really moving. And how do we know? Because they're now a part of the network. They've tapped in with us. So now we know what they're doing and the events that they're having and stuff like that. So it's happening. You know what I mean? So I think it's just a different way now of doing things with a more younger, progressive mindset. And I think that's how we're pushing. That's where the needle is changed.
I mean, when you talk about network, right? Are you talking about connection? Are you tapping into the social media platform?
Yeah, definitely. We have,
we're
we're on all the platforms. We have the Liberian Network _ That's our Instagram. That's our main place, I would say, to follow us and get all the information. And once you follow us there, our admin team is super duper engaged. If you follow and you comment, trust me, they'll find you and get your information or lock in with you and figure out what it is that you want to do. If you even made a comment and it aligned with something that we already have going on the background, they'll say, hey, so we saw that you were kind of having this conversation. Is this something you would like to work with us on? Do you have ideas? Would you like to join a committee? So we're about bringing that skill set, empowering, and then making things happen. That's the partnership. That's the collective effort. That's how that community is built.
And you have a community of over 10,000 Liberians.
Yeah, spread across, yes.
It's a lot of people.
There's a lot of people.
Right now, and it's still growing.
It's still growing.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's a lot of us.
So can I ask, like, what are some of the projects you guys have done? Like, because you know we have all these, like, different network groups, and I'll keep saying it, like, I'm trying to figure out how can we as Liberians be able to do collective work together, come together and actually get stuff done, because we need to get things done. Like there's a lot of meetings.
We got to stop talking. We got to actually execute.
They talk for 3 days, and then if you add all the hours, maybe past 20 hours. People just talking.
Right.
So they're just having all these background meetings, just having conversations. So what are some of the things you guys have done?
Right.
before, or you guys are planning on doing now, because we need to get things done for our country to move forward?
For sure. So definitely we can talk about our campaign for this month, October. So we have our PTSD campaign. It's called Breaking the Silence, PTSD in Our Communities. And so it launched October 1st on a Wednesday. We did a live where we had a Liberian come on and share their experience with trauma. Also, we had a mental health professional counselor on as well on the call. And that was moderated by our Liberian Therapy Network and the Liberian Medical Network. So they put that together. So that's one of the things that's going on that happened. And then we'll be continuing next month. So that was a really good vibe. And we had a lot of good feedback. So we'll be running that back next Wednesday, again, 7:30. Follow us on Instagram, Liberian Network _ I think it's 7:30 again next Wednesday. We'll have another individual on sharing their experience, sharing their story, and another health professional. And so I think that's where we are. That's our campaign for right now. But to touch on some previous things that we've done, speaking on the hypertension thing in July 26th in Liberia, we had health professionals and first responders on ground able to give out do hypertension tests, give results, and kind of talk to Liberians about what's going on and realize that we're passing around, having fun, we're celebrating. I mean, we're on the map, the biggest Liberian parade in the world, but our loved ones are passing around with hypertension and they have no idea that at any moment he just dropped. No, he didn't just drop. He had other problems. There were things going on and we're unaware. So that's one of the things that we've done. Pushing through back to our PTSD campaign, something we're doing is working to provide resources. So yes, we started off as a medical network, but now that we've expanded, it's not only just saying, okay, yeah, so you have this problem, we brought awareness. What does that, what do you do now? Like, what if someone's just stuck? So with the PTSD campaign, we provided free resources. So if you need any free resources, please connect with the network. We have them in our hubs. Secondly, we have some paid resources that are discounted through Liberian registered professionals here in America and on ground in Liberia as well. So if you are able to pay and you're in the diaspora, it's discounted and it's an opportunity for you to still get help. And then secondly, we're launching a GoFundMe later on this month as we roll out those series of IG Lives and different events. And that GoFundMe is kind of to ask the diaspora, where so many of us, not everybody is going to be able to have these resources and be able to reach out and find something to do. So can we sponsor? $5, $10, $2 combined. Let's get some funds together to help provide resources. Right now, there's like one facility in Liberia that can even help with any type of psychiatric needs or mental health needs, right? One. And it's also very limited in its resources. So if we want to, if you know someone, or if you watched the IG and you said, wow, like I've been through that. Okay, I don't really need a paid resource. I kind of maybe just need to like tap in and journal, kind of like tap in with myself. But I know somebody who's going in a crisis. How can they get help? Tap in with the network. We're trying to find free resources for everybody if we can, because that's the starting point, right? And then lastly, with that is that anyone in Liberia, and that's why I want to close with the PTSD resources, is that anyone in Liberia on ground, if you can get free resources connecting with the network, we are going to try to help you guys.
Hold on, let me say something. I mean, first of all, I want to say congratulations for the initiative.
Thank you.
Honestly, I mean, a big congratulations to the entire network, because I was surprised. No, honestly, this is funny, right? I was surprised when I did a little research on
the network.
No, not the network, but PTSD in Liberia.
Oh, yes.
I want to Google because I try to gather some information together. I want to chat GPT, try to use a couple of AI. And this exactly was the response. And this shocked me enough. This is exactly what it says. This PTSD specifically isn't readily available in recent studies in Liberia.
Yep. It's not even being monitored. We don't even have studies on, but there's not enough information.
And we got a lot of people,
which is very alarming.
And we have youth out there, and the youth who we know are going through traumatic experiences, and what are their outlets? And how are they able to overcome those situations?
So, this is something that 100% of the government should, tap into, because this is going to be beneficiary for the people.
These are core problems.
Yeah, so now, Bill, you guys got to look at this, right? Like, if you're in a space as a government, you're in a space as an individual, and you're dealing with people who are telling you nothing is wrong with them mentally, right?
But how would they know?
Now, hear me out for a second. Like, even how would they know?
Yeah, how would they know?
So how will you help somebody that's not telling you I have an issue, I have a problem? Like, how can you how can you help them? So I think that's what's really happening.
It's basically okay.
Yeah, it's like I think that's what's happening with the whole in Liberia, the PTSD situation about mental health and all these different things. Our people don't understand nothing about that part, right?
I feel like it's not. I don't even feel like, not even cut you off, Joe. I don't feel like it's not that they don't understand.
They do.
They. I can't even only say Liberia, but Africa as a whole has made mental health or any type of having a disability, they made it like a taboo, and they're kind of like embarrassed of it. Yep. That's the number one problem that I see when it comes to mental health and people who have disabilities and things like that. It's about people being shamed.
But a lot of African countries have tapped into AJT. You got Nigeria, you got South Africa, you got Uganda, you got Kenya.
Yeah, tap into what?
Tap into what?
No,
tap into mental health?
Yeah, there's other countries. Yeah,
they have a database on it.
They're registering these things.
It's
just that with Liberia, we have to think about
we don't have a database
of problems that already exist, right? If you're going to
Exactly.
tap into something, let's be honest, right? Coming from
and this is
right, I'm not going to say it's the first thing, but it's also something that is more impactful to the success of something getting done.
Absolutely.
And
I still feel like
it's just an awareness thing, and that's why the conversation has to happen to break that myth, break that uncomfortability about it.
We can be a country, you understand me, that fought the highest civil war coming out of Africa, bro, and then we don't have a database for anything related into PTSD.
And people know that we are a country of child soldiers, like they're familiar with this.
We are not readily available.
Studies are not readily available. The studies aren't there. We're also a country that had 16 years of war, and we're also behind. Yeah. So these other countries that are doing
these different things,
I'm not going to say I'm discrediting it, but it's just like they got that already.
They got
when we was popping, these countries was just becoming independent. But I don't really want us to get too off of the hex of why mental health is not something that is big in Liberia, because our people are embarrassed. Mm-hmm. We were grown to feel like if your child has a short arm, or if your child speech is not right now, it's to hide that child, or it's to dumb down whatever they're going through because they're embarrassed. Let's just be honest. The reason why mental health is not respected or even talked about is because people are embarrassed of it.
But we don't have most of those disability cases in Liberia compared to other African.
No, but we actually do.
So the cases are there. Again, it's statistics. You have to have.
Look at Special Olympics in Liberia.
It's very low.
Let's use Special Olympics for example. There are people in Liberia that are disabled, but guess what?
A lot of people.
Liberia has a Special Olympics. I think this was their first time going into the Special Olympics. And guess how many people was actually They actually let their kids, allowed their kids to be a part of it because they're going to be on a national platform and see that they have a disability. Only 10, I think it was only 10 or 15 kids was able to go. But it's so many of them. But guess what? Because their parents are embarrassed, they wouldn't want them to go and be a part of something like that.
So the thing about this conversation right now, Bill, we continue to say other countries doing this, doing that. You know why these countries are doing these things? Because they have people that traveled and left their country and went back
to help
and created those institutions and created those. Hold on, my brother. Hold on. Create those institutions, created those programs, and live in those countries and running these different businesses. So this conversation get right back to this couch. We're all sitting down here.
Don't we have?
Hold on, my brother. Hold on. This conversation get back to this couch. We're all sitting here. We as Liberians, right, that have left Liberia, that understand PTSD, understand mental health, understand how in order for you to navigate through, to have a better life, a better day, or whatever, you need to be mentally inclined. You have to be able to use your mind certain way. And some people are born with situations where they may have to use meds to help their mind and different things and things like that. We have to go back home to the government, bro. We gotta leave this government conversation alone, bro. A government can put a program in place that people can work. If you hire people in Liberia that don't understand about mental health and put them in how about put in the hospital that killing people all day? My man JFK. You take your family to JFK, they get your family different blood, all kind of nonsense.
No,
bro.
when I talk about the government being an aid in these things, right? I mean, you can have an idea. But if you don't have the finance and instead to implement those ideas, it becomes dead.
But most of the people are doing it by themselves.
But you got to understand one thing, bro.
Back to Mona, right?
But I understand. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Let me just make a point, right?
Sure.
Now, if we talk about institution, that's where we're wrong. Mona, I mean, you would drive her into what needs to be done, but we can't say outside Liberia, we have hospitals. Hospitals are there to collect trauma data.
But
That's one.
But we have to realize is that the
ministry.
systems that we have,
Exactly.
and that is where this is where the government comes into play. The systems that we use to do the thing to regulate the health, the safety, the wellness, that comes from the government.
Exactly.
What we need to do as Liberians, and this goes to your point, go back. When you are a health professional and you've done your practice here and you feel like you've done the research and you have the papers and you have the publications, try to go back for the summer. Do what Doctors Without Borders, that exists. Why do they send all these American doctors in residency to go do humanitarian effort? Do the same thing. Instead of having everyone go to Haiti and go to Colombia and Peru, come to Liberia. Don't go to Honduras.
Go to your home.
Go to your home.
Now, we have a lot of Liberian doctors.
We have tons of Liberian doctors. And some of them are in this network, and those are the types of things, and that's how we're able to set this up because the professionals exist. The difference is how they want to tap in is not the way it was before, and that's why we're having this conversation, and that's why we're talking about the network because they're ready to do it now, and they see, okay, I can do it here now, this way. Before, if you would have presented all the organizations, and we don't need to get into any of that, but either way. This is new, and they're ready to go. And they weren't ready before because that system didn't work.
The system is not working.
But they have.
Let's be honest. It's not working.
Listen, Liberia is not as blind as we think.
No,
it is from outside. Bro, it's not.
I'm only talking from a scientific standpoint. If I need to check data points and databases, it's not going to be there for Liberia.
Your reality
and that's where our issue lies.
I keep telling you, bro, your reality that you had in Liberia is not the norm reality, bro. You was privileged, bro. Like, I'm serious. I just hate when we having real conversations on how to actually help the country.
Bring it back.
You were privileged, bro. Like, stop it. I don't like when you come and say, "Oh, Liberia not that blind. Oh, Liberia need that kind of help." Liberia need, bro. No,
bro,
Liberia is.
I didn't say anything about Liberia that needed help.
I love Liberia to death. That's a place I love. I represent it. But there's a shit show happening in Liberia right now, bro.
I didn't say anything about Liberia don't need help.
Okay. No, you said Liberia's not blind.
No, because
you always say things
bro,
like that,
listen,
bro.
because when we talk about medical doctors, there are Liberians in Liberia that are medical doctors. What are you talking about?
Where?
In Liberia? What are they people doing? Are dying every day in Liberia. People making mistakes.
You know what people? Listen, you know what people are dying in Liberia?
Why?
Because of the facility.
No, they're making mistakes.
No,
it's a combination.
Unstable electricity.
Most of the so you made mistakes. You can see the light not on.
Bro. You know what happens in the ER? Do you know what happens in the ER when the power goes off? People on oxygen lost their life. What are you talking about, Joe? Even in America, the great United States of America, if there's a power shortage, you know how many people are gonna die in the hospital just in a minute? What are you talking about?
But it is probably something that happens all the time.
Well, that's
probably here. That's probably gonna happen once in a blue moon, maybe off of a natural disaster where they cut the lights out. Or they cut the power out. But in Liberia, that is something that's always happening.
You're prepared for that.
If a hospital if I cannot guarantee that a hospital has proper generators to keep my family member that is on oxygen on, that means this is a shit
we're driving back though. We're driving back to the government.
No, not necessarily.
Hospitals are private places, bro.
How many private hospitals you know?
There's multiple. It's just, again, we have to realize it's a tiered solution. That's the thing. It's not a straight and narrow. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. We're all right. It's a combination of the fact that we have multiple problems and we have multiple ways we need to do them. Yes, the government needs to help us set up the system so there's regulations that people need to follow. Yes, Liberians need to go back who are skilled in those fields so that they can bring what we need to call the standard of care, the current standard of care, the current modalities that you can use to help people. That's not happening.
So Mona, I understand that, but you got to understand something, right? The government can't do the job. Okay. These are the problems that
a government cannot change your individual life, but a government can put in the system to govern the people.
But you need people to work the system.
Exactly.
The system needs to be working. The problem we're having is the workers. It's not because you got to understand something, right?
It's the workers because
the system in Liberia, right? Liberia, right?
Yeah.
Liberia have the same system as America. all these rules and regulations here is over there, right? But they're not people to actually work the system, because the ones that are put in the place to enforce the system, they basically don't understand the importance of the system.
I agree with you.
Because they've never been in a space where the system have worked.
Now you're making a point.
I see what you're saying.
So we need to leave the government out of it, because I keep saying we are the government.
I see his approach is saying
we're not going to leave the government out of it.
As individuals, we need to be civic.
We need to be
for our own country, and if we're civic for our own country, the government will follow suit as well. Because they'll be like, "Damn it, my man."
Because
if we don't listen to these people and lower this price of rice, they're going to riot, and it's not going to be. It's going to be serious.
We playing games,
because you know what I mean. But it's not for play. We're going to riot for real. Because that's the difference, right? So we need to be civic. Then the government comes in and listens to us and implements regulation. And when you have regulation, everyone has to follow that. That's where the government comes in.
Accountability.
But the people still have to be civic and say, I'm going to hold myself to a certain standard. It's the reason why you go to Ghana and those girls will be passing around. Listen, they're all paying with Momo, right? It's on the phone. But when they're coming around, you can't leave. You could play around, leave. They're gonna find you to get that moment. Their integrity is there. You get what I'm saying? So the customer service. Now, I'm not saying Ghana has the best customer service. Another conversation.
No, go ahead. Don't stop. Go ahead.
But I'm just saying, my point in the fact of the matter is that it's just multi-tiered, and we have to be accountable as civic servants for our country to be able to hold the government accountable. Because if they change something, and like you said, the people in power who have oversight don't do what they're supposed to do, it doesn't then matter.
Yes,
that's where it just becomes difficult.
This is my point.
So we hold each other accountable. We forget the government. If we're doing what we're supposed to do,
who are in the government? Like Brempo in the government,
we won't vote them in.
People in the government.
Mona, right?
You keep changing.
Let me just say something right quick.
But the same thing keep happening, right?
Let me say something really quick, right?
Who do you blame?
No.
The voters.
Liberia.
Blame the people.
The voters.
The last time I was telling people, right? Liberia is the only country that you're walking around. I mean, this is serious. Like, I travel a lot.
Yeah.
Somebody would just bring the car glass down and just insult your mother for no reason.
For sure.
No, bro. Listen, it's worse.
Someone's mother's always getting cussed out.
No, hold on, bro. It's worse. No, hold on. It's worse.
Yeah.
Let me lay my point.
Okay.
Customer service in the bank.
Yeah.
People go. They get like. People who's supposed to serve you, they're angry.
Yeah.
So people walking around with so much pressure on their life.
Yeah.
But they don't understand exactly what I'm going through.
Yeah.
Now, I know what PTSD is.
Right.
You understand?
They don't.
But I never had an idea. If we were not talking about hosting you, I wouldn't have known today in a modern world that my country, Liberia, when you go on Google, when you go on ChatGPT, on AI, they say this study is not readily available in Liberia on PTSD.
Yeah, no.
And we got health. We got health minister. We have a health ministry. We have a system. We got hospitals. So these databases are collected from the hospitals. When you take people to trauma, all these things, all these records, people go to trauma every day.
Yeah.
So if she can come up with this idea concerning it, and then to go back home, bro, the way you're talking about it, this is not a government. It's a shame.
Because it's surveillance. So the term for what we're talking about is called surveillance. It's when the government is keeping note or watching what's going on with different diseases and things. It's the reason why when the flu comes out every single season, they give you there's like a flu vaccine, right, or whatever.
Thank you.
And they're checking and all these other things. That's a poor example, but I'm just trying to drive it in.
No, that's a good example.
But either way, like it's surveillance, right? There's no surveillance
the death
happening.
rate in the country,
so
yes.
I see what you're saying, but guess what? The first step is proper bookkeeping at the hospital. We
have to have computers for bookkeeping.
Right, you feel me? Are we still charting by hand?
But let's not have a real conversation.
But that's a different conversation, y'all. At the end of the day,
no, it's not a different. It's all part of the conversation.
It's all really a
the
part
conversation
of the
is
for real.
nothing. A shit show, straight shit show. You go to my boy Retty. It's 2025. Right. Hold on, bro. Please. Hold on for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
You go in 2025. People say Retty in copybook. The government officials, the government building, they say Retty in copybook. And then when they read copybook, they will put out that file somewhere. They'll never go back to it again. It's a joke.
That's ridiculous, bro.
I don't want to ask.
There's no database of things in the computer where another hospital can go there and type somebody's name in.
As a collective of Liberians, all of our doctors, all of our health professionals, all of our nurses, all of our first responders.
So administration,
help us.
The administration,
we have good doctors.
Tap into the network.
We have good doctors in Liberia, but we just don't have good facilities.
So with the networking part, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys have administration, right? Administration when it comes to that.
What do you mean?
Like people that will be in the administration part, the documents and these different things.
Oh yeah, I mean we have a whole board, right? You have to have different types. I mean within every committee, within every sub channel, we have leads and different names for each individual and how much time and effort they're going to put in to engage to get these projects done, whatever project or campaign we're working on.
So please, Nabil, you keep emphasizing about great doctors. Please name 5 good doctors in Liberia.
Bro, before I name you 5 good doctors in Liberia, I will name you 10.
10.
I mean,
10.
at least 6.
Name 10. Name 6.
But listen, let me ask you one simple question.
Don't fast forward that.
Hold on. I'm going to ask you a simple question.
Answer my question before you ask me a question.
I was about to ask you, and then you jump me
Go
off.
ahead, ask me.
All right, good. Now you talk about private hospital in Liberia. Just name me 3.
I mean, I ain't saying about private hospital.
No, bro, you said that was something.
Okay, sorry.
All right.
Maybe the hospital,
so listen,
government hospital.
Listen, hold on, bro. Mm-hmm. You have JFK, the John F. Kennedy Memorial that was built by the first John F. Kennedy of Liberia. John F. Kennedy, the president of America. Mm-hmm. You have Redemption Hospital. Mm-hmm. These are government hospital. Mm-hmm. George Weah just did the military 14, right? Catholic Hospital is a 50% government and 50% organization. Catholic Hospital. Those are the 4 big medical facilities. It was 3.
Yeah.
And George, we have just made the military 14 that's open in Marshall as 4 big hospital. Redemption is all over Liberia. There's no facility.
You know people that get money don't go to those places? They got some clinic in Congo Town, back in the behind Royal Grand Hotel. That place they go, rich people. Which place over there? I don't know the name of it. Is in the film.
Aspen.
They probably have. Is there a particular doctor there?
That's
who's
that's
good?
where they
Guess
go.
what?
They don't go none of the hospitals you
Guess
call.
what?
Yeah.
I was on the plane. Listen, I was on the plane. $1,500 just for it.
So you go to the hospital,
and when you have,
I bet you went, right?
Bro, listen, I never went there. Bro, I must say this, right? I take good care of myself. God come first.
Okay.
I've never.
Y'all hear that, man?
I've never been ejected.
So what plane you was on,
bro?
My
Listen,
brother?
I did that. Listen, I did. First of all, I didn't even do that. I'm not going to take no claim to that. My wife did that.
She put it for the hospital.
No, she did that for the kids.
Oh, okay.
And we were on that plane.
Okay.
I mean, she did that because at the end of the day,
for that hospital, right?
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Let me explain, bro.
For that hospital,
she did that.
Let my brother land.
She did that for the reason. She did that for the reason, for just in case there is an emergency.
Yeah.
They have a program that they can fly you out. But my daughter took all her treatment just in case there's a critical need that she needs to be flown out.
Yeah.
They have a chopper available
that
will fly you to Ghana. It's around like $30,000 to $45,000.
Wow.
Ain't no small money.
But you paying that monthly fee just in
But
case.
my daughter, all her treatment, she took it not far from where we live.
Yeah.
It's about 6 minutes
What
walk.
is this called?
I just forgot the place, bro. I mean, that was one of my biggest.
It's a private hospital, right?
Yeah, it's a clinic. It's a clinic,
Private
like
clinic. The
yeah.
people that got money, that's where they go.
So this is my
It's
thing,
not right,
right?
but people that got,
It
that
is
got
though,
money.
bro. It is though. This is the reason why.
Honestly, bro.
No,
It's
it's
not
not
good, bro.
And this is the reason why when Joel, when he said,
We can't help ourselves.
like, you're speaking on something that privileged people have. We're talking about Liberia. So out of all these hospitals that you named, right? How many of our people that are on the streets every single day because that we're going to be connecting with going back there actually have this money to go there?
None of them
JD.
do.
None of them.
JD.
And you know that though.
JD, how many government hospital in America and how many people are on insurance here for health?
We're talking about
What are you
Liberia.
talking about?
Let's keep the main thing the main thing.
America?
No, but we're coming back to the government because at the end of the day, let me tell you something. The government is not there to change an individual life. When it comes to infrastructure-wise, structures,
It seems
when it
like
comes
the
to
government is there
education,
to keep
when it comes
keep the rich
when it
being
comes to
rich, correct?
hospital,
That's facts.
when it comes
This
to
is the-
hospital, these are the
facts.
reason
You
why
oughta be
people pay
rich. Oh, yo.
taxes.
Yeah.
This is why we pay taxes. We pay taxes to government for roads,
Do we pay
for
taxes?
hospital.
That's a real conversation.
Bro, what are you talking
Hey,
about?
bro, stop this. You see, you're not
Wait, in
even having.
Liberia?
Bro, you're not.
We talking about in Liberia.
How
bro.
much? How much you
No,
think?
I tell you,
how
actually,
much?
I'm paying taxes
No,
here.
How much you think LRA?
People in Liberia pay taxes.
Yes, they do.
Some
Yes, they
people,
do.
individuals in the country are. Yes.
I
Who
own
are
a
the
business.
individuals that's paying the
Businesses.
taxes?
Businesses.
Individuals
I own
in
a
the country pay
business.
Businesses
taxes.
pay taxes.
The
Many
1%.
business
Oh, you know what we need to
owners
stop
pay
doing?
taxes.
Do the individuals pay taxes?
What?
Many
Citizens.
business owners
The
pay
citizens.
taxes.
Not
Oh, you know what we
about-
need to stop doing? We need to stop having argument. I mean, we need to start having conversation like Liberia. That is some. I mean, I agree, Liberia is a backwater country, innocent, but it's not. It's not innocent. It's not as crazy as we make it sound. It's not like that.
It's not about making it sound crazy. It's about understanding the realities, right?
People pay taxes in that country. What are you talking about?
Some people pay taxes. Vast majority are not. And it's unfortunate because they can't, right? And that's really what it is.
I'm trying to, bro.
So we have to help.
Actually pay taxes in Liberia. You don't think there will be more in Liberia because it means that people will have the resources to pay those taxes. They don't have them.
JT,
let's talk. Look, honestly, let's keep the main thing.
In America,
I'm gonna keep on saying that.
Yeah, that PTSD is a silent killer in our community.
In America, pay tax. You know that, right?
So hold on.
In Liberia, it's not like Liberia.
Listening,
that's the real issue.
PTSD is a silent killer in our community, and as a result, we're dealing with so many mental health issues. It's affecting the youth. It's affecting the adults, and at this point, we're sitting over here going back and forth, but at the end of the day, our people are traumatized, and the only reason
the people that matter, the people on the ground is not getting helped by the government.
But JT, right? I'll get back to this
and
conversation.
the network has resources.
I come back to the conversation, right?
Listen, what system can we put in place to help?
No, but Mona, right? Mona, let me tell you something, right? Mona, let me tell you something, right, Mona?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say this, right?
Talk
but
to me.
for me, right?
Yeah.
The program you guys got is very brilliant.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful, right?
Sure.
But I'm thinking what's happening right now, like all this planning you guys are doing.
Yeah.
It's like you guys gotta skill it the Liberian way, right?
How long the program been going on,
Hold on for a second.
I mean,
you guys have to skill it the Liberian way, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And you guys have to figure out how to go into Liberia.
Yeah.
And because when I listen to the different TNA, the BB TNA, and all these different things you guys have, this people that you guys have put together, and your network and all these different things. And since 2023, we in what year we're in right now?
25.
25. 2 years later, I need to know what have you guys done in Liberia, right?
Yeah.
So forget about America. America already have all these things y'all did in Minnesota.
I mean, I can't forget about America because our mission is global. That's the thing, and that's the component where I was trying to bring up earlier when you say, all the organizations come together. It's because all of them say they're focused on ground, and we see nothing on the ground. Mm-hmm. That's the difference. We are not just focusing on ground. It's building network within everybody so that it's not just we work in here and then they will send the money back and we will see, and then nothing comes back out of that. Right now we have we do have a 12-week therapy program that will be starting in the coming weeks in this October for women and youth that will be held at the church. At church, I forgot the particular church. Excuse me, but
it's in Liberia.
It's in Liberia, and it's a 12-week session where women and youth can come and meet weekly to be able to, number one, get out of isolation, right? Because if you are dealing with anything, you're dealing with it alone. Right? She's at home alone. The child's at home alone. The individual's at home alone. So getting you out of isolation, finding camaraderie in your shared stories and talking to each other, being able to open up and speak, break the myth and feel like I'm the only one when you can have someone there. So that's just something we're doing this month that's working that will expand 12 weeks.
But that's great. That's but good. Are you, so in order for you to skill that kind of idea in Liberia,
that's
right?
a collaborative effort. We have to have a church. We have our grassroots outreach. We have the church.
You have Rafa now?
You
got a route to pick them up on the houses?
Oh, you want me to speak logistics, honey? I mean, I can get into I'm not gonna get into my proposal at the moment.
Because the thing about this,
I'm not saying it's not impossible. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. But definitely the network knows that, and the people know there, and our team there. That's something that is not that's not like in the plan, right? Because we know the limitations of the people that we're talking about. That's the reason why anyone who connects with us and wants any help with therapy, if you're in Liberia, that's why I prefaced that at the end, it's always free.
Why does she have to get a ride? Why does she have to get them a ride to come?
Either way, it doesn't matter. But the fact of the matter is, it's not about getting them, even if we get them a ride. The fact of the matter is that the resource is available and they will get there. The women who we can get there will get there. The women and the children who can get there will get there because we got to get them help.
No, but hear me for a second, right? Like I just said, in America, it would be such a great idea. You have this free program for
people. But you said Liberia.
No, hear me. I'm here. I'm trying to say to you, in America, it'd be such a great. People free. People go there and da.
Yeah.
But in Liberia, for such things to be really effective, like you need to supply all these different things. I'm saying all these different resources.
I totally understand I agree.
You got to give them transportation to get to that place, and also some of them you got to get them money
Yeah.
So probably you got to take,
to give incentives and things like this.
You got to some of that you have to, because at the end of the day.
So that's
So you know what I would say? I would say I thank you for that insight and letting us know that that's something that we have to do. I will bring it back and make sure that we cover that. And if that's something that in the community of women in the cohort that we have, if that's something, I'll do my best at least to let it be known that, hey, this is a real reality of doing something in the grassroots, right? In that outreach.
Yep.
And making sure that partnership is fruitful, because it is a long partnership and we want it to be meaningful. So if that's a good point, I'll let it be known. And
because you said October, you come out in the chair, will hold you accountable.
Listen,
that's what it's about.
Accountable. I'll do the best that I can. Because at the end of the day, I'm not one woman. You know what I mean? I'm one lady, and I'm gonna work with my team.
You represent your organization,
and I'm here for that.
You're speaking for them. So it's a lot of people that's working on this project.
I'm not a sole individual, and this is not one camp. This is just one campaign of many things. So, right, this is our focus now, and we're carrying it through December. But
that's the first project you guys are doing in Liberia.
I didn't say it's the first project. I said since the expansion right now, me coming on and everything going on with PTSD, this is the campaign that we're carrying through. So what have you guys done before? That's what I'm saying. Because what I'm trying to do right now, right? Yeah.
I'm trying to place you guys in Liberia. Because basically, like you guys have a network that's named after the country, right? Mm-hmm. And these things that you guys are offering is needed in the country, because these other countries already have these things going on. Like they have these different programs and these different things that people can go to. But our people don't have these things. So I'm trying to place you in Liberia mentally. So what have you guys done in Liberia before? If you guys haven't done that yet, what you guys first program that you guys going to be running will be that, right?
Well, for this month, for this new expansion.
Totally. Since you guys
not to my knowledge, no. I think there's been some other grassroots efforts with clinics and things like that with the professionals that we have. So you
don't have that database right now.
Because I said, I just came on and I'm just getting my feet wet and learning some things of the past. I've come on with the new expansion and what we plan to do and our new proposals and stuff like that. So that's where I'm pushing.
Okay, cool.
It's not something that we've never done, because again, to be able to set some of the things up that we have a team there and we have outreach there and we have professionals there. So they built that connection, Kenneth and my board and our founders, prior to me even coming on. So I'm not going to speak totally to everything that they did, but I know, that exists and that network is there because we still use them and we still partner with them. And that's how we're still doing this PTSD effort throughout the year.
All right. So the whole PTSD statistics, right? Mm-hmm. It shows that women are mostly affected from PTSD than men. But the suicidal rate on men is higher than a woman. And
do you really feel like that's true?
What?
That PTSD is more so with women than men?
So it presents in women,
because
right? It presents in a way, but the suicide rates men are higher.
Because the amount of men that take away their lives?
But you know why? Because people ignore the signs when it comes to men.
Exactly.
That's why I feel
that's
like
it.
People don't care about men.
That's the only reason why. It's because it's not. The signs are.
Let me say this.
Let me just say this.
Wait.
People don't care about us. People don't care about us.
You got to care about you first, hon.
Wait, can you say that one more time? Tell me that again.
And we're showing you that we care about you, right? We're showing you now that we care about y'all, right? That's what we're showing. We're showing that we care about you because it's having dialogue.
Men are supposed to cry.
Men should cry.
They don't care about us, man.
You know.
So back to what
reality.
Back to what I was saying. Yes. Like I said, there's signs that are ignored when it comes to men. So I really don't believe that only PTSD only shows through women, because we're only paying attention when a female is crying or acting irate or is doing things unusual. But you guys do it all the time too.
Yeah, it's just prevalence, right?
It's
the occurrence of it happening.
Y'all might do it in a different way.
It presents a little bit more because people are more sensitive to how women act and how we respond to things. But men get ignored.
That is true.
Because they are ignored and they get pushed to that.
We're definitely trying to fix that shift.
It's a reality. They don't care for us.
It's the reality, but we're trying to shift reality. The same way it's reality in Liberia where things are just not going on, but we're trying to shift the reality. And I'm just going to piggyback. I don't want to go back to what it was saying, but I'm not going to lie, Joelle, you was coming off like you want to hold her accountable and stuff like that. But guess what? Nobody's doing what she's doing. So when she comes back and however it goes, that's how it's going. I'm going to still be proud of her because she's actually doing it. There's nobody in Liberia that's in the government that knows that there's a problem in here that's going to be like, yeah, let me do a 12-week program for PTSD or any type of therapeutic things for the people in the country. So no, don't hold her accountable for whatever she's doing.
No, if you scale it like that.
I didn't like when you said that because
I appreciate that.
I want you to be like, when you come back, I want you to have maybe 2 results because we know our country doesn't have one result.
JT, I understand how your approach, right?
Thank
so
you.
But
my approach come from frustration, right?
And that's the Liberian ways. Y'all be waiting for people to fail, and then come back and say, "I told you so." We need to cancel that shit.
Now that right there, JT.
JT, hear me out, right? My approach about that, I'm very frustrated, right? That when we on this side here, as we in America here, we plan it, but when we plan, right? We don't properly plan to execute in the Liberia.
Oh, for sure.
Hear me, for example, right? We have all these brilliant ideas, right? For example, people that start business in Liberia that don't go watch the business. The Lebanese men are living in Liberia, they're looking over the people, they can be standing over the men at the cashier right here. They wake up every morning, they go to the business and open. Stand over the men to make sure this business work, it build, it grow, right? Because a business is like a child. Same thing with these ideas. Every idea is a baby, right? You know how you want to raise your baby, but in certain environment, your baby will have different attitudes and behavior that you have to adjust to. So when you go into...
What's that one more time?
Huh?
I'll say that one more time.
In certain environment, yeah. So in Liberia, right? When you want to put things in Liberia, right?
It's getting interesting.
When you put things in Liberia, you need to understand what's going on over there, right? You can't have an idea and say, and you come to us, we that looking for results, and you telling us these dope ideas, not understanding how to execute those ideas.
No, totally. And that's why your perspective is valid. Yeah, it would be all conversation all day. Your perspective is valid, and that's the information, and that's the perspective they need to know. People, if you've seen time and time again that's happening, we take it in. That's the information we need to hear to know, like, hey, you know what? Like, don't forget, this is a component here. There needs to be maybe some incentive. We need to make sure that there's transportation. We need to make sure that we also hold them accountable. Maybe there's like a check-in or certain things. And these are things that we can bring. So when we're implementing and we're talking to the outreach team, that's some of the stuff that they consider. Because I'm not going to lie and say I'm going to be the one there, because I'm not.
Why not?
But,
why you not going to be there?
Moon, right?
Huh?
Why you not going to be there, Madam President? I'm saying for 1 week, 2 weeks,
fearless leader delegates appropriately so that they do what they need to do, right? So we delegating and we making sure we do the best we can.
Right?
Not doctor, masters.
Master Mona, right? A lot of
masters.
Yeah, a lot of women suffer
postpartum disease. Yeah,
after that trigger
baby, right?
PTSD after childbirth.
That's one. Yeah. Why do women suffer postpartum disease? Because, think about it. Your body, you're carrying a child, your hormone imbalances, having the child, dealing with the changes in your life, the changes to your body.
Where were you built for what?
Slow down. We're not talking, what a woman's role is.
Go ahead. Yeah. So I can
We're not talking what a woman's role is. You asked me about what happens with, the bit I know about postpartum. And again, I've not had children, so I've never been through postpartum, if that's what you're insinuating. But
this is a need.
Wait, pause. I'm not here to talk gender roles.
No, but this I'm saying,
that's bringing me to my point.
I'm not here to
be a hard worker.
Bro,
Either
but then some of y'all, when the work get too much, y'all go turn to drugs, y'all go turn to suicide.
No,
anyone can be built for something. But you have to be. We all are built for things. There's a level of capacity, right?
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, having a child is a physical change on a woman's body, and it changes you forever. And so with that, that's the reason why it can be considered, or it is, a traumatic experience on the physical body as well as the hormonal being that the woman is. It gets levels into it. Your hair loss, the taste, the change in like your taste, the mom brain. The things. It's a long thing, and sometimes it can last for a long time. But again, I'm not a professional in that way. I'm a research scientist, so I'm not going to go further into that. But I say all that to say, at the end of the day, it's presented differently. The warning signs that you may present and the warning signs that he may present for the different types of trauma are different. And that's why childbirth is common amongst women. And so it's something that's studied maybe a little bit more. But there's more insight on it.
Yes, but I got nothing to do.
Right, compared to a man, not saying men are not suicidal. It's just that it's just different.
You said giving birth is...
But that got nothing to do with the father not being around, right?
What?
That got nothing to do with the father not being around during the woman pregnancy when the father go hustle.
I'm not that woman. I don't know what how comfortable she is.
Where are you trying to get at by you saying that?
Listen, because at the end of the day, right?
There's
something
you have children, right?
Listen, at the end of the day, there's something called postpartum for women.
Okay.
There's something called postpartum for women.
Right.
Right.
Right. And men go through what?
But listen, when the men go
what do men go through when the woman is pregnant?
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm asking you.
There's nothing for us. There's nothing for us. There's nothing designed for us.
Men go through.
Wait, can you let him land?
Men go through trauma.
It feels like when you're expecting
because
your first child.
Because you know what do to men. When you guys in the face.
I would like to hear. I want him to land.
Do you know what happened to me?
What happened to you?
I was at work.
Yeah.
When I got a call.
And this is your PTSD daughter, experience. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
No. That's what he's claiming. This is your set. You're saying
no. I wouldn't say that.
Oh no, that's not okay.
That was out of joy, so I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
So when my wife got conceived, I was worried she was 9 months.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was worried about being a father. I ain't gonna lie.
What?
No. Let the poppy talk, man.
I've never been responsible for nobody in my life, and. One thing my late father said to me, he said, you want to be man. One day, you're going to be man. And you understand exactly what being a man is. He said, you're sneaking up on me to take a house that I locked the door, the keys under my pillow. One day, you have all the keys around you available, and you won't be able to open any of those locks. And when that day reach, I pray I be around. You understand exactly what being a man is. When it all happened, yes, expected to be a father.
Yeah.
That whole 9 months, I had to change a lot of things about myself. A lot of things I had to cut off. Exactly. When I even got to know, I was expecting not just a boy, but a daughter. That changed. That put me in a whole different situation.
Were you in the delivering room?
Were you thinking about getting your karma when you had your daughter, or were you thinking about just being able to raise a female?
It say karma. Me, I don't worry about
Were you in the delivery
Listen,
room?
it wasn't about karma. I was happy. I was happy for my daughter. I was in love. I was in love with her mother and everything. So it was love. I was super happy.
Beautiful.
I was super happy. But I'm just saying this. Are you just asking me a question? So where I was, right? I was at work. Because I just left her home, make breakfast, everything was okay, left. As soon as I got on the highway, Roberts Street Highway, at that time, I was connecting the alley. I was working for the construction company called Solid Rock. We were doing all the alley. As soon as I got there on the highway, I didn't even get off the car. My phone rang. It said, boop. She's in label.
Yeah.
I left the car.
Right there.
I got confused. I ran on the road to get a motorbike. Then I ran back to the car. Then I did that 2-3 times before I came to myself. Like, okay, you know what? There's gonna be traffic. Jump on the motorcycle. I jumped on the motorcycle. The bike ball. I put the ball behind me. Who ride the bike because I know how to ride bike.
Okay.
The distance is approximately from where I was is approximately like 33 minutes or more than that. I reached there in 19 minutes. The bike ball that was behind me. He was like, when I got down, he didn't even ask me. This is funny. He didn't even ask me for his bag money. As soon as I got down from the motorcycle, he got on the back, he ran and he came back before he stepped. I ran all the way upstairs. While I got there, I was late. My daughter had already been born. And I saw the family and like it was I can't explain it.
Beautiful.
But all I'm trying to say, the entire 9 months about me being a father, my wife was going through the physical exchange.
Yeah.
Her body was, but I was going through the mental.
For sure.
Mind being exchanged.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. So for women, they have postpartum.
Yeah.
You understand me? It's okay to say, okay, a woman suffer postpartum.
Yeah. Who said that men don't suffer anything?
We suffer a lot.
No, it's out there. It's not that it's unknown. You guys are just unaware that we know. No, wait.
We don't get.
Hold on.
We don't get appreciated.
Wait. I wasn't saying that you're unaware of your problems. I was saying you're unaware that there's studies and things where people have looked into it and researched and have solidified and backed what you guys are saying here. That's what I'm saying. So that yes, people understand that when during pregnancy, men go through something too. Right? So
you know what brought me back to the PTSD?
Yeah.
And the whole exchange of the conversation and the story and everything. If the ratio of women that suffer from PTSD, postpartum birth, the triggers of after childbirth and all of that, and then the suicidal rate on men, is like 3 to 4 times as high.
Because men men are not
over 43,000 in a year. We die. We give up our life.
They don't care about us.
Do you care about yourself before you say we don't care about you?
They don't care about us.
Pause.
Bro.
You have to care about yourself.
Let's stop it.
No,
we have resources
we keep
to
saying,
support
no,
that.
The question about us caring about ourselves, right?
Yes. You guys don't like to go to the doctors.
Every time.
That's something that men
somewhere.
do
I
not
was talking
like
about suicide.
to do.
I'm about going to the doctor. You see how this changes the conversation?
If a man himself don't even want to go to the doctors for themselves for an annual
checkup. Let's take a commercial break real quick, man.
Okay.
That is the first step to self-care.
This episode is sponsored by Hens Vodka. Everything made Liberia. We offer Hens Vodka, and best thing about Hens Vodka, no hangover. So we be drinking this around 12, 1 TD in the daytime. We can still be able to navigate.
Y'all getting flipped, man.
No, it makes you. It make you feel good. It's a good vibe, good energy. And this one that I'm holding is the the bitter one, right? You know a bitter drink can do for men.
What's that one?
So if you're a man, you know.
What's this other one?
I think that's a honey.
That's
honey
a honey.
Yeah,
Okay.
honey. So right now, episode sponsored by vodka, and
Shout
let's
out
get
to vodka.
let's get back to.
And we got right here. I mean, there we go again. The Liberian ball trump over walls and shadowed by Dr. Ivan and Glay. Listen, this is a fun blueprint. All right, a life, real life struggle from grass to grace. If you ever been through a lot in your life, and you want to find peace with yourself and peace with what you do, to tell you that you as an individual, there's no limitation to life, that you can come and conquer every other thing. Grab yourself a copy. I date from 1 to 20 pages in this book, and
Done.
I read it in 3 days.
You ready? Okay.
It's beautiful.
Let's tap in.
Grab a copy, don't waste no time.
Tap
Now,
in.
let's get back to what we was talking about. And are you about to say something, JD?
Yeah, I just feel like when it comes to, first of all, I don't understand why we're trying to make this only a PTSD thing that, is only a women thing. There are men that I know that suffer with PTSD because they've went through real things in their life that has nothing to do with childbirth or anything like that. Now, when you say the statement of nobody cares about men, I disagree with that because there are men that are tapped in with getting help for themselves. And this goes back to our culture and where we're from. It is not the norm, and it's shunned upon for a man to ask for help. I'm not saying that this is not the way, this is the way of life. This is the same way how you say there's double standards and things like that. I know probably 3 out of 5 men don't go to the doctors. That is a form of self-care and you being self-aware about your health. That is one thing about the word mental health. It has health to do a part of it as well. So men, when was the last time you went to the doctor?
But you know what I think I would say to that?
So about me going to the doctor?
I'm just asking you.
I would say to that.
I'm just asking you
Because
a question.
if you go for an annual physical, mental health is a part of the physical
I'm asking you a
checkup.
question.
So
When
if
you
there's
go-
any
Exactly.
basic warning signs for a
JT,
mental health
if
issue,
if
at
there's
least
any signs
we
of
would
stress,
hope.
you can find that in
Yeah.
the medical
So-
record.
so-
if there's any sign, but wait, if there's any
No, Judy make
signs
a point.
of anything, you being under a lot of stress or you being under a lot of turmoil, that can be shown in your health.
yeah.
So JT,
So
can we
pause.
disagree?
Wait.
Stress
Wait, I
causes
asked you a
problems.
question. When was the last time you been to your annual checkup?
I went to the doctor the other day. You get.
But you know what? Let me.
I said,
go ahead.
you agree to disagree with me, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Do society care about men? Let's be honest.
In the same way they care about women, let's be honest.
So
we don't know the
no,
answer
they-
to that.
but you
No,
know-
We know the answer.
Come on. We know the answer to that.
Did I say that
Don't
you
load
were
the
wrong?
question.
But
But
you-
you
We'll
know
talk about
the
it another day.
answer.
We'll talk about it another day.
Exactly.
Listen, but
we
you-
know
Let's conversate
it's the
another
double
day.
standard. We know
We
in
know
this
this.
world
But you know what,
that
my-
We know, you know.
Y'all don't
Mas-
care for. Y'all don't care about.
Master
us.
Mona,
I ain't
right?
gonna go back to
It's-
my question. Do you
But you-
care about yourself?
Yourself.
You're on
Yes.
social media every
Love
day.
Yes,
it.
I
You
do
see
care about
people-
myself.
You see people.
I do care about myself, but
There's
I
a lot
care
of
about
people
my.
that go on that they have. One of my friends I actually was in school with before. He has a page. I have to look it up.
I care.
He's a therapist.
Yes.
He has a group on social media about
Okay,
for black men
so-
for therapy. So it's out there. Do you care enough to tap
Now you got
into
it. My point.
JT, men start caring about say you'll be in trouble.
No.
Not me.
No,
I
Ju-
like
not.
men.
I like-
Women will be in trouble.
Bro, let me
Women
say
will be
something,
in
right?
trouble, but that's
Yeah.
kinda
Let me say something before we go,
Yeah,
right?
bring it home.
I think, right, this is my take on the whole situation. I think every woman in the world,
Oh,
they are
boy.
all self-made therapists.
Self-made therapists.
Yes, women talk. Okay. Women talk to each other more than men.
Yes, with each other. Yeah.
It's better out than in. Men, we are self-centered. We are proud. Like we keep setting conversations to ourselves, and that is very depressing.
So do you understand the statistics?
But women goes out. No, women goes out and talk. Women goes out and talk.
Yeah.
Or we call it gossip. Or we call it gossip. Or we call it
joke. Might be the concept of another day, my man. This conversation is a 2-hour conversation. But I just want to ask you, like, Mona, right?
Yeah.
So you talk
y'all
about
rather sit around talk about and share different Instagrams and stuff like that, but y'all won't sit here and be like, I'm down and out right now.
No, we gonna talk about this.
We do both.
No, we gonna talk about this.
We talk about the partners and we also talk about real life stuff. But that also has to do with y'all ego and y'all pride.
I hope you ready for it.
We talking a lot.
What's up?
Mona, you told me plan 1, right? What's the next after this first plan? What is the next plan that you guys have put in play? Like, what's the next?
I mean, we're pushing the PTSD campaign through December, right? Because we have the 12-week course, the program running in Liberia, and we're going to have some people going and on ground for that. With that going on, I think right now all of our channels and branches are aligned with that and all the PTSD work. So within our mental health channels, that's where we have our wellness stuff. Within the therapy channels, we have our group sessions. There's AI bots, there's the free stuff, the sponsor stuff, and the paid resources as well. And I think, so that's kind of where we are now. Our main focus right now is aligning that through the year and then kind of locking in at the end of the year with the work in Liberia and carrying on the conversation here to kind of, again, desensitize, break those myths, have those conversations, and then, be on the lookout for 2026, what we got going on. Join the network, Liberian Network _. Join us. Admin will find you. And I think that's the best way for you to be able to be tapped in and really know what's going on.
And that's
so how in the fries we all about straight everything Liberians
for sure.
So how can we start like a partnership, right? But what this partnership is going to come with a lot of like
consultancy,
real stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Because right now for us, like we at a space right now where we tired with people just talking.
For sure.
We'll be everybody that we work with, everybody we're along with.
Tired dreaming.
We make sure we tired dreaming. We're tired saying.
Well, then let's get more people on next week's therapy call. Let's get more people on that PTSD call so that they can hear and talk about what's going on.
Let's hear from influencers.
Hear from someone who's
people that have a voice.
We had a beautiful lady last week, African Sunflower. She talked about her trauma and how it developed. Now, I don't want to share her story fully. It was African Sunflower was her Instagram handle. And she talked about her trauma and situation. And one of the things that it highlighted, people talk about PTSD and how it's quick. It's like a thing that happens quickly for her. And I only highlight this point of her story is that it was late. It was a late onset. So she actually developed PTSD later on, way after the incident or the traumatizing thing occurred to her. So that's just one thing that I would say, like, come on, hear what people are saying. And that's the first step. We start right there because the conversation has to be had. Because if you want to be cared about, you have to talk about what your problems are so we can care. Right? So bring your problems to the call. Let's talk about it. We'll have a professional there, and then she'll be able to, tap in and give you some resources. You never know.
I mean, kudos to you and your whole entire team. This is the first time in the history of Liberia since 1847. I mean, this first time for everything.
No, listen, you can't say that because you don't know who other organizations who have did this work.
Right. We were claiming that we're the first of anything.
I can say something, bro. History is never forgotten.
Oh, okay.
They will have a trace. They will have a trace.
It's your story.
They said it's 30.
Okay.
Readily never available.
So nobody have registered it before.
So that consultancy or that agency they're about to start to keep track on our people is a great
could be the first if they do it properly. Because we are going to be
when it's done properly.
And with this idea, I will come back to say that this is not an individual idea. This is an entire government work. Because our government is of the people, by the people, and for the people. We make it up, but we what? Take it up.
Okay,
exactly.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Mona, for coming through, man. We appreciate this dope conversation.
Of course.
And we listen.
Let me say my last lip piece.
We'll invite you back here again.
Oh, okay.
And everything you said, y'all come and go do it.
We're gonna do our best.
If y'all don't do it,
yo, follow through. I want to make sure y'all on the event.
How can we tap in?
So tap in with Liberian Network _ on Instagram. We're on TikTok as well. We have Facebook. Just follow us again. Our admin team will reach out to you once you tap in with us. Yeah, let's get it. Let's go. Oh
And
my
the-
God, it's your president's
and the
birthday, y'all.
GoFundMe.
So happy
Oh,
birthday
happy
to
birthday.
me.
I just thought like 1 minute, the whole idea of the
Big birthday.
GoFundMe, or what's the
Oh
capitals
yeah, so
and
we
all
have
of
the
that for?
GoFundMe
Yeah.
coming out in 2 weeks. So just be on the lookout for that. We have some stuff just rolling out. I don't want to like mess our rollout, so I'll just say be on the lookout for what we have going on. Number one though, next Wednesday, 7:30 on our Instagram. Join us for that. PTSD Breaking the Silence conversation. Join us. We have a health professional there, a mental health counselor there, and we'll be able to like just have conversations. So if you have questions, this is where you can land those questions. If you have any, it's there. So we starting, right?
And this goes out to all the different doctors.
I'm with y'all.
Listen,
I'm
we
gonna say-
tapped in.
I'm
Let's
just
do
gonna say
it.
this again. This goes out to all of the doctors, all of the
nurses,
psych
all the Liberian
majors,
nurses,
all of the
Yeah.
sociology majors, nursing majors, all of you guys who are in this field that are Liberian. It is time for us to use our resources and give that back to our country for free.
Y'all start going to Jamaica so you can rub chuck on your all day.
Free.
Y'all go
It is about
Liberia.
time that let's not eat our
tired of
school
him.
fees that our parents came here to put us through school and let it not go back. Let it not go into vain.
Right.
Let's
There's
do
a lot
something
of
with
us-
the knowledge that we have,
JT.
and let's tap it back into our
Please
country.
tell them to
And
stop.
before we go-
JT, please stop
and before
telling
we
them. Please
go-
tell them, say, not every time you graduate from school, you must go to Jamaica so
And
they can
before-
rub chuck on you.
and before
go
we-
to Liberia. When you free, you leave school, don't go to Jamaica. Don't go to that place where
They can go to Jamaica.
June can take a picture of you. Oh, all the nurses that you graduate from school.
What
they
you
go
need to
the
do?
same
You
place.
always saying the beaches in Liberia are nice. You need to go build
And
a
before we
raft so
go,
they can
right?
rub his
And
leg
before
over
we
there too.
and before
That's
we
another
go,
hustle, too.
before we go, you asked me to name 5 doctors in Liberia.
Please do.
Oh.
So let me help you.
I mean, there.
You got to think
Number
for 30
one.
minutes for that.
No, I want to wait to the end of the conversation. We got Dr. Jamet,
Jamaica, I know Jamaica. Jamaica, when it was
Liberian.
COVID.
Hold on.
I think you're working with the government.
This is thank God you know him,
The
Liberian.
government doctor, right?
Dr. AB. These are all young doctors. Dr. Cooper, what?
30 seconds.
All right, then Aliyah with 3 for now.
That's the only one you got.
And everybody
you
got cases of those
guys.
doctors misbehaving on their calls.
Please tap into the
So
network.
public flood there.
We appreciate it.
What are you talking about?
Follow Krugeh Cooks. Krugeh Cooks.
Live in America, we live in Liberia.
Oh, thank you guys.